Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm King Posh, and today I'm showing you this 1970 Honda S800. This thing is a low power rear wheel drive drift tune, and I got requested by Timothy Crates. He said, no, keep doing rear wheel drive lower power builds. Well, here we are. So let's get into this thing. This thing only has 235 horsepower. It is not fully upgraded. It has just enough power to go sideways, and this thing is a lot of fun. I first started this thing at 200 horsepower, and I worked my way up until I broke the tires free, and we could actually go sideways, and that happened when I hit 235. At 230, it did not break tire. Not very well, that is. It chirped every once in a while, but the 235 seems to be the magic number for this car. And yeah, it's super light. So yeah, let's get into it and show you guys everything I've done to this thing. Alright, this thing is just a 0.8 liter inline four. It didn't even get to a full liter. And I kept it that way. There's no displacement on here because the displacement would bring up that number, and I don't want to do that. I wanted to have the lowest liter possible. And yeah, this Honda definitely does it. It definitely has some other engines that you could pick from. Here's other power, like that's a 2.0, you know, and so on and so forth. All right. And you can even throw a V8 in this thing. It's absolutely wild. But I kept it like this, and it's perfect. Stock drivetrain, rear-wheel drive. It does have a supercharger on there, and that supercharger definitely helps a lot getting this thing to spin its wheels. Here for the aero and appearance. All right, I have removed the bumpers to save weight. All right, the rear is just weird. There's a tire there, and you can't get rid of it, and it looks really weird. But even if you have the rear bumper on there, you can still see the tire. So I don't think it matters. And here's what the front looks like. You can have downforce on the thing and make it look really weird. But yeah, not much here also. All right, it's got a race clutch, race transmission, race driveline, and a race differential. All right, stock rims just to save on weight. I am using the Pro Race 1 rims on there, and they look good on here. All right, just stock tire, compound, stock width for both the front and the rear. All right, we do have race brakes on here because of all this power that this thing's pushing out. I want you to be able to stop. It has drift springs, has anti-roll bars for both the front and the rear. Weight reduction, race, save as much as I can. No roll cage and no weight added to this thing. All right. It's got a sport camshaft, race valves, zero displacement because I didn't want to mess with that 0.8. If I did, it would go up. Okay. Race pistons and compression, race flywheel, and race oil and coolant. It's got a race carburetor, race ignition, race exhaust, race air filter, race supercharger, and a race intercooler, and that gives you the 235 horsepower with 155 foot-pounds of torque. And yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, I didn't want to mess with this because, as you can tell, you can see that engine displacement up there. That goes up to a 1 liter. I didn't want that. I didn't even want the 9. I wanted the 8. So that's what I went with. And that is the build. All right, let's look at the tune and show you guys what I did to this thing. So we got 15-15 tire pressure. All right. Here is the gearing that I went with. Second and third gear is what you're going to be using. All right. And then these guys are just here. All right. You'll see these probably on the longer tracks, but that top speed is as fast as this thing goes. It does not go any faster. I can move this dial all the way down and it will not go past 142.4 miles per hour. All right, here is the alignment I went with. I went with a straight alignment on this. That's these numbers right here. These make the car go straight. The whole thing does, but either way. All right, front caster's at a 7 degree. Steering angle's at 60 degree. Anti-roll bars are just there for show, so 1 and 1. All right. Springs are on the stiff side, 755 and 736. And the lowest you can go is 7.5 in the front and 7.9 in the rear. Dampening is 1313, 1 and 1. This is what I like to use for my rear-wheel drive cars. It just works. All right, suspension. I took it all the way up to high on the front and all the way low on the rear, and I didn't mess with this stuff. Okay, no downforce to worry about. Brakes are just left at 50 and 100, even though they're on race brakes. All right, it's got great 60 to 0 stopping. All right, and then differential is 21%, and deceleration is 0%. So, and that is the tune. Let's take her outside. I'll show you guys first where I tuned the car. Then I took it to Fujimi Kaido. I took it up the mountain, and it has plenty of power to spin those back tires to go up the mountain. And I said, yep, this is good. You get those tires warmed up and this thing will glide. It's an absolute blast. That's second gear. Here's third gear. Alright. Does drive straight, as you can tell right there. It does drive in a straight line. Plenty of power to get the job done. So if you like low horsepower cars for drifting, this Honda is definitely the right car for you. And that's me selling you the car. Yeah, it's super fun. It works there, you know. We can. It works online. Works on Fujimi Kaido. Let's see here. There's a way to. I don't play this enough. There we go. Anyways, get over to Fujimi. Now we're going to do the reverse clear. Yeah. Because usually when you go into those drift meetups, what do you get? Reverse. It's very rare that I see just the regular full circuit. Alright, I can go fast here. I can slow down here. Alright, it does slow down. The race brakes are there for that reason, so then you're not running into the pits like I'm sure everybody does. Second gear is pretty much your primary trying to go up this mountain, that's for sure. But it's fun. The brakes help a lot. Drop it down a gear. It's right there. It is right at the point where it can spin the tires. But yeah, it's fun. That's all I can say. Here, it's got plenty of power. We can stop right here. All right, can't get it from second gear. Yeah, so don't worry, you won't get stuck with this thing. I think it's that supercharger helps. So, I think I geared this thing right. It can handle the steepest of roads. Yeah, I love this thing. And I think you will too. And that's the tune, that's the build. It's definitely ready for open drift lobbies for sure. We can take it out there to one of them and see what we get. We'll do a cycled. But yeah, this is awesome. And I might even make it even less power. Like 30 was like the pinnacle, like where it basically was breaking the tire, and that was it. 35 seems to be great. I would possibly go through it again and keep dropping the horsepower down by one horsepower each time until I hit like maybe 231 horsepower. That might be where it's at. But I feel it was comfortable at 235. And I didn't want to have to go any higher than that. I didn't see the point of going any higher than that. It just works where it's at. So, Timothy, I hope you're impressed. Because I know I am. It was a joy drifting in this thing, seeing what kind of power I could do with the weight of the vehicle. And yeah, this is a fun little zippy car. It is a true sports car. And it works. It does. It works very well. It is super fun. And like I said, it does drive straight. So, I mean, I could be mangy drifting right now, or I could just be driving normal, get to the corner, and take her sideways. I should have went faster than that, but that's okay. How much boost does this thing have? Oh, 11.8. I never knew that until now. But it gets up the power very quickly. It is snappy, but it works. Yeah, super fun. Yeah, anyways. Well, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely hit that like button. It helps my channel grow. I enjoy seeing the little thumbs up guy popping up on my videos. So please, like the video if you like the video. But other than that, until then, take care and stay sideways, my friends.